the hate towards Christian people of all races. So these people are motivated by, they are demon-possessed. So we need to defeat them with strong leadership and strong action and strong soldiery and courage, bravery. And I urge you all to take up the Patriot cause right now. For the summer looks like it's going to be pretty hot in more ways than one. And we need to be protected, and we need to be armed with truth and bravery and courage, and of course also the firearms that we'll need to defend ourselves, because, well, they want a lot of us dead. So that's what we do here at Patriots Unite Now. And I hope you join our family if you haven't yet. And if you'd like to correspond with Ken from the Bronx of Patriots Unite Now by sending in reception reports, comments, ideas, suggestions, thoughts that you think would be helpful, information that would be helpful for the broadcast. If you'd like to request a Patriot pack, and we got our first request in about 5 weeks, I'd say, from another newcomer on board, Patriot Jerry from North Carolina, the Tar Heel State. That's going to be a big battleground state, Jerry. I hope you're listening come November. And it's a Patriot state, but the anti-patriots are on the march. So the Patriot Pack is about 10 to 15 materials like newspapers, newsletters, magazines, CDs, DVDs, tracts, pamphlets. Sometimes a T-shirt is thrown in, a book, and it's free of charge and postage paid. It's meant to inform the Patriots Unite Now family, and hopefully they avail themselves of the materials and keep them for future reference, for future Patriot activism, or they pass them on, or pass them on. So all you have to do is request it, and it's, again, postage paid and all free of charge. And if you'd like to throw in support to help pay for the airtime, always appreciated. Cash or check or money order just made out to Ken, K-E-N. The address is Patriots Unite Now. Post Office Box 791. Bronx, New York 10465. The trailer is 0791. Please keep a pencil and pad available from start to end of Patriots Unite Now. There's always something important to redact for future reference, future research, future discussion. And I hope to throw out some websites that I urge you to go on as we are heading into this real Patriot battle, going into the national elections, a presidential election, congressional elections, gubernatorial elections. And it doesn't look good right now for Patriots. And again, we have a long way to go. And a lot can change in politics, especially today in America, in a week. But right now it doesn't look good. So, and this is not a Republican Patriot broadcaster. This is a Patriot. And he has learned that the Republican Party is not on our side as a whole. There are individual Republicans who are on our side. They need to be supported, but not the party as a whole. And I'll get into that mainly, hopefully, later. So we need to support people at the local level who are running for office and not support parties. And we know the Demon Rat Party is ruled by Satan himself. It's an organized crime operation, like I said last week. And it should have been investigated a long time ago, but again, Trumpy Bear in the White House is too cowardly and too gutless, and he's too compromised, I believe, also, to really do anything serious about this. So, one more time, the address to send in your correspondence of any kind, comments pro or con, information, news articles you think might be helpful to be shared on the broadcast. Some listeners have sent in CDs, DVDs. And if you'd like to request a Patriot Pack, that's free of charge and postage paid. And if you'd like to send in support to help pay for the airtime, it's all welcome. all correspondence, especially if you're in one of the 15 states where we haven't had correspondence. One more time, the address: Patriots Unite Now, POB 791, BRONX is Bronx, NY abbreviates the Vampire State, and the zip code is 10465. The 15 states where we haven't had correspondence are Rhode Island, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Kentucky, Iowa, South Dakota, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, Alaska, and Hawaii, those 15 states. So if you've been listening for any length of time and you believe this broadcast helps the Patriot cause, I'll ask you to please send in correspondence of any kind, even if it's just a postcard, like, was it Ralph from upstate New York sent in the postcard last week, just to let me know you're listening and how it's coming in. I greatly appreciate it. Of course, you're welcome to request the Patriot Pack, how much material I have left. Our imprecation at around 1930 hours is going to be that the Most High God bring His judgment down on U.S. Supreme Court Judge Johnny Roberts. Not his wrath, the Almighty, but at least his judgment. This man has obviously gone over to the demon rats, and no surprise, he was nominated by Baby Bush to be Supreme Court Chief Judge, not justice. These men and women are not about justice for the most part. They are about rule and just giving their opinions. But he has sided with the 4 demon rats on the court again now, and he has done this multiple times, and 3 of the 4 are known Jews in Ginsburg, Kagan, Breyer, and possibly Sotomayor, the pig-faced Puerto Rican from the Bronx, who couldn't even speak English, even though she was born in the Bronx, couldn't even speak adequate English when she went to Princeton University and had to take college English remedial classes, university classes in English. The typical Puerto Rican militant. He had taken advantage of our country and not even learning our language well enough to speak to enter university. And she may be Jewish also. Mark Anthony, former broadcaster, whatever his real name is, here on WWCR said she's probably a Jew, and she may very well be, just like my Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a known Puerto Rican Jew. And again, I know that because there was a story of her at NBCnews.com after she was elected in 2018 to Congress, and she addressed a group of revolutionary Jews in Jackson Heights, Queens, the borough of New York City where Trumpy Bear was born and raised. And the revolutionary Jews she addressed was Jews for Racial and Economic Justice, JREG, Jews for Racial and Economic Justice. Can't get more revolutionary Jew than that. Racial justice means terrorizing the white population of the country, and economic justice is stealing the wealth of the middle and upper classes and giving it to the lower classes, with them in power over us, like the communist Jews did in Russia and Hungary under Bela Kun, and murdered their opposition. This is who my Congresswoman is, and no surprise. So this is the danger that we're all in, Patriots and Christian Watchmen, and our battle is here. And Trumpy Bear has failed us time and time again, so I've urged him to resign and have Mike Pence take over. Not that I'm a big Pence guy, but he's definitely more up to the job than Trumpy Bear is. And thank him for his good work that he has done, but it's time for him to go back to Mar-a-Lago or his estate in Somerset, New Jersey, or his country club, whatever. Now, of course, there is a de facto co-president right now in Jared Kushner, his baby-face Orthodox Jew son-in-law. But by by the Constitution, because he's co-president, it would be the vice president who would assume the presidency. So I even went on whitehouse.gov and sent an email to Trumpy Bear, and basically I said I stated in that email that the president, it's a staffer who gets these emails, the president has shown he's just not up to the job anymore. He's not up to handling the rioters, the anarchists, the looters, the rioters, the organized criminals in the Democratic Party who rule virtually every big city in the country. He's not up to it. And he can do a lot more. Instead of cheap stunts at St. John's Church in Washington, that was pure political theater, what he did, because he's losing support amongst the evangelical community. So he thought this was going to help, and it's backfired. And now his pandering to the Black Lives Matter movement. Pence hasn't pandered. Pence called the Black Lives Matter movement a radical movement of the radical left, but Trumpy Bear hasn't said that. Because he still thinks in his deluded mind that he could get the black vote in November. So maybe he again caught the virus. That's why he was taking hydroxychloroquine. Anyway, I don't want to get more into that, but I just urged him to step down soon and have Pence take over, and that would be better for the country and the Republican Party, because he's bringing down the whole national ticket. And the Russiagate investigation would still continue, of course, those who lied about his involvement with Putin, and hopefully they're brought to justice. But too much should have been done by now that hasn't been done. And I talked to a lot of Mamalukes who are Trumpy Bear supporters. They maybe have bought the Trumpy Bear on commercial and they cuddle up with it at night. And they keep making one excuse after another. Oh, don't worry, in his second term he's going to take care of everything. They put blind trust in Trumpy Bear, and we shouldn't be putting blind trust in any man. Only Christ that we put blind trust in. That's what we of the Christian faith believe. Okay, so that will be our imprecation. Johnny Roberts is obviously, I think, now a demon rat in disguise. And he's voting, again, he's the flip Republican judge on the Supreme Court. And he gave us Obamacare. He gave us now upholding, or actually, throwing out, even though they don't have the power to do this, throwing out the anti-abortion law in Louisiana. He sided with Ginsburg and Kagan and Breyer and Sotomayor, three of them known to be Jews, all anti-patriot, anti-Christ, radical Jews, and all appointed by demon rat, or nominated by demon rat presidents. And here's Johnny Roberts siding with them. He sided with them on the citizenship question. He sided with them on one issue after another. Even on the civil rights laws now apply to the LGBTQ PTSUV community, so that if a homo or a cross-dresser gets fired from his or her job, it all has to do is scream, "You violated my civil rights." This is what Johnny Roberts, this is what Republican presidents like Baby Bush have given us. So